potentially so great. So I want to talk about immortality today. And as you understand this with the age pill, if you understand this with TSX, you have got two major discoveries that are going on, but I am going to introduce the final one. Now, I've said with the age pill, it's the greatest discovery in the history of human health. I believe it is. But now I'm not quite sure, because I found something that may be even greater than what it is. But the age pill would be still a spectacular, necessary support ingredient to it, as would TSX. So what could be greater than these two? Well, it's a product I'm going to be bringing out right now, and we'll just call it Product X until it's released, so you know it. But here's what happens within your body. You have stem cells that are fully active at 20, and then they start declining to where you get down in your 70s, you're down to about 2 to 5% activity. Well, along the road, many of these are in stages of decay or degeneration, rather. And so if we can intercept those with the age pill, it has the ability, as the Chinese said, to regenerate, repair, and rebuild itself if you have the proper support materials for it, nutrients, super nutrients, nutraceuticals. And we certainly have that. But there's a certain amount of stem cells where they're not in senescence, they become senescent. In other words, their activity, which has been going down, now becomes dormant. These senescent stem cells are not good, because the body wants to get rid of them, has a mechanism to do that, but everything gets so damaged over a period of lifetime that they start accumulating. And the stem cells are trying to signal the immune system to come and create a system of destroying and cannibalizing them to get rid of the components, because they exude toxins. The most serious health-damaging toxins, disease-causing toxins, are released from dormant stem cells. You can take a lot of things in your body, but your dormant stem cells really do you a lot of damage, more than anything else, I believe, when you get older. So now you have a large body of these. And let's say that you had 25% activity of senescent stem cells. That means you have 75% of senescent stem cells that are dormant, that are exuding all of these toxins. And the immune system can't possibly keep up with it. And besides that, it has become so aged and so deteriorated because of lack of stem cell activities that are adequate, and the toxins and everything, that it can't identify and remove them the way that they should when you're 20. But here comes the great discovery. And another one of the world's big leading researchers, two of them, have been working on this, and they found something in nature, and they're trying to make a synthetic molecule out of it, and they're even doing patents, all kinds of things. But I have looked through it. I have found what they've discovered, gone back into nature, found two sources to extract it from and put it in high concentrations. And what this product does is it goes into the dormant stem cell, the senescent stem cell, and it identifies it to or supports the identification of it to the immune system, which is also being supported to become much more energetic, youthful, and vigorous by the systems we're using. And now the immune system can come in, and through a natural process within our bodies called apoptosis, the cells can be triggered to die. Now, that's good because you're eliminating the toxins from these stem cells. But here is the big one. You think of them like roses. And the stem cells have a polyp, or like a bud. And so when the stem cell's dormant and releasing all these toxins, if you can remove it, you still have that bud or that polyp there. And it's the same with roses. If you want to have a beautiful rose garden, when the rose comes up into a bud and goes into the blossom and starts to wither and fall off, you have to snip it. And if you snip it off, it'll create a new rose. If you don't, it just becomes a stick that's with thorns on it that's there. And so as a consequence, it works the same way with senescent stem cells. Is this polyp that's left, if the body through its own natural mechanisms can remove it, then the stem cell polyp itself will pop up a new fresh stem cell. This is what the research is showing. And this is what we are, hypothetically, I have to say, in theory, are advocating and strongly doing so with this new formulation that we have out. So consider this: if you're 25% in senescence and 75% dormant, wouldn't it be nice to start adding those dormant ones back to where they were young, youthful, and viable? That is the potential that is here with this. And that's what we're doing, this new great company, or this new great product from these companies that are institutions that have discovered them and brought them out. We are researching the research to find those. We've found them, and it's a massive enterprise that we're in to bring out this next product. And this one, if you want to rank it, the Age Pill is an A+. This product is probably an A++, because if you're over 40, you've probably got close to half your stem cells that are senescent, dormant. And so that keeps getting worse and worse and worse with it. But now if we can go in, instead of having that decline and more of your declining stem cells becoming dormant, we can take the ones that are declining, bring them up to high levels by this nutritional support for its own mechanisms, and now we can address the ones that are senescent, that are the toxins that are damaging you, that are not producing the potential of the cells you want, and we can support the body's mechanism to remove them. Then the body in and of itself, all over giving it some support nutrients for that, can potentially produce a brand new stem cell. So this field of dead flowers, where you have a few growing on the edges, suddenly can start to blossom and bloom, and with that comes stem cell activity a go-go with it, because you're taking, it's almost a Lazarus effect. You're taking those ones that have become dormant, and they're not dead, but they're dormant and toxic, and now the body system goes through, eliminates them, and you come out to where you start. The body has the potential to start producing new stem cells. So that is if I've explained it properly, that is an extraordinary discovery. We've got that figured out, I believe. We're bringing that product out. Now, it's an expensive product to do, and we may have to do a few things, but I'm going to have it at a very reasonable price. I mean, reasonable price. It won't exceed the Age Pill because of what we're doing, but it's taking many, many millions and millions of dollars to bring this. But I'm committed to doing it, because I'm not in this to make this millions for myself. I'm in it to produce products to give you the kinds of products that people want. They believe maybe you're out there somewhere, they just can't get their hands on them. But the truth is the science is there, but the products are not. But with Sizzle, we bring those hopes, wishes, and dreams into reality. And so this new product X that we're going to bring out now is so powerful, you will only take it every other day. Here's the reason why. As if we support the body's mechanism, and if they're working properly, and I have to qualify all this so I'm FDA compliant, but if we're doing that, and you have all of these new stem cells that are coming back and coming out, but they have to, first of all, be destroyed. When they're destroyed, that means they shut off, they go into cellular death, apoptosis, and just like a business or a building that's been bombed, there's all kinds of debris left around. So that's why you take it every other day, because one day you support the apoptosis, and then the next day the body's mechanisms come in, T cells, macrophages, all of these things, and they eat up, they clean up the debris. And you have to clean up the debris or you'll decrease the functionality. So bomb it, clean it, bomb it, clean it, bomb it, clean it. And that's what's going to be happening as these cells self-destruct through their own mechanisms, supported by the ingredients we give them. And then it takes a day to clean up. the debris. That makes sense, doesn't it? So this is not a product to use every day. This is a product to use every other day. Now you put that on the road to immortality, and where are you? You are going down it at colossal speed. You have the stem cells that are declining, potentially restored to that of where they were young. You have the stem cells that are dormant, now producing new young stem cells again, and the field is starting to blossom and increase out. And now the regulator of how fast it happens with telomeres is supported by TSX with that. So I think we've got, now you need nutrition, all kinds of things to support it. We have a lot of great things. Brain vitality is an important one too, but those are support. Here are the three main driving factors on our sizzle road to immortality: the age pill, TSX, and product X. So now if you understand it, reactivate, save the cells that are still active, increase their ability to duplicate. Their ignition rate can be, instead of just chugging along, it can zoom along, and then take the stem cells that have become dormant, that are so toxic in your body, get rid of them and support the body to produce new stem cells from this field of dormant, almost you might consider them dead ones. It's like the Lazarus theory in a way, that it rises up and comes back to where it was when you're younger. Now, that's my message for today. There's a lot in that. I've explained a lot. I hope